Okay, Jam, and we are live. Hi, Fig. Welcome everyone. This is our second episode of the Founder Stage, which is where we're highlighting founders who are building mini apps for MiniPay. I'm Lena, Devrel at Celo Foundation. At Celo. We are not foundation. We had the merger, and now we're Celo, which is beautiful. And Celo is leading out to focusing on real world solutions for all. And yeah, today we're going to talk about founding or building mini apps for MiniPay. For everybody who is unfamiliar with MiniPay, MiniPay is a stable, self-custodial stablecoin wallet with more than 12 million activated wallets, and which it offers near zero fee transactions, and it just makes stablecoins useful throughout the world. Welcome, Fig. Great to have you here today. Can you share a bit about your background? And before we get started with talking about your app and building for MiniPay.
Of course, yeah. Hey, Lena. Nice to be here. Thank you for having me. My background is across many different things. I studied medicine in university and then ended up not working as a doctor. I just taught myself to code, worked as an engineer, worked as a designer, did branding, did mobile web app design, and then ended up in TradFi because I was living in New York for a while and just got into really interested in like trading systems and finance generally, and that's what sort of brought me to crypto in the end. And chronic traveler, I've been traveling constantly for about 11 years now. I haven't really had a home, and that's worked really well for crypto because the industry is just so global and you're constantly moving, right? Yeah.
We know that, yeah.
Yeah, that's me. I've been
Okay.
talking about Squid too, if you.
That is such an interesting background. It's lovely to know that you can get into DeFi or like in finance. So like later, like that. I'm
Mm,
also just starting, but yeah, I think in the end, it's the most interesting thing once you get started.
yeah.
Um, yeah. Um, so just to start off, let's maybe do we want to show everybody what you have been building, just to provide some context before we start talking about your the building journey and and more. Do you want to share a bit about Squid Router before we share the
Yeah,
app?
of course. Yeah, so Squid is a network for swapping between chains. So we have an API and we have a UI, an application where you can swap, say, from Celo on Celo to Solana on Solana in one click, and we support 20,000 tokens. It's all decentralized. We don't use centralized liquidity. It's all self-custodial. And then so you can go to our app to do that, but we also have over 1,000 integrators now. So these are developers who use our developer tools to build. They could build onboarding flows or swapping interfaces, specific flows for like multi-chain apps. That's Squid. We're about 20 people based all over the world. And yeah, we've been working with Celo for years. Really happy to be still going.
Nice, yeah. Sort of the I mean, I use Squid a lot. I love it. So
Thank you.
I preferred question. So cool. So I think before we show the app, just a financial disclaimer, this is no recommendation for buying anything. But we want to show you this very cool app that if people want to take part in a global financial market, this is very cool because you can buy gold in 2 seconds. So what you can see here is MiniPay. It's the your start screen where you see your balance, and then you do go to mini apps. You enter the amount of gold you want to buy, and you do a simple swap, and now you own gold. And that was less than a minute. Very straightforward. MiniPay is running some campaigns. We get even rewarded, and yeah, that like I think that was already the demo. There's like not so much, like you can obviously sell it again, you can hold it, and yeah, I think a lot more things coming soon. Um, and yeah, just because like for people who like we're now saying buying gold, can you just like very quickly share what does buying gold and buy gold that means?
Yeah, of course. I'm really excited about this use case, and my friends outside of crypto are as well, which I think is a good sign. Um, Basically, what it allows you to do is buy a tokenized version of gold. So it's through a company called Tether, who are the company behind one of our biggest stable coins, USD coins, and they have billions now, hundreds of billions potentially in stable coins, and they're just entering the gold market. So what they do is they buy real gold bars and store them, and then they make tokens on the Celo blockchain, which represent those gold bars, and that allows any user across the world with a crypto wallet, or in this case with a MiniPay wallet, who don't actually call themselves a crypto wallet, they just use crypto technology under the hood, to buy gold and invest in it. So especially useful for people in countries where there aren't great financial markets or trustworthy assets, trustworthy companies to buy things. In this case, you don't really have to trust anyone. It's you're custodying the assets yourself. So I'm really excited about it. Essentially allows people to build wealth and hold something which, gold, not financial advice, of course, but it's one of these assets which, people have invested in for a very long time, hundreds, thousands of years. And it's not Bitcoin, but it's a similar kind of use case. And yeah, this app's allowing you to do it from any country and with any amount too. You could have 10 cents, 1 cent even, and buy gold. So it's pretty amazing. Yeah.
Love that. Yeah, I agree. It just is kind of what we're preaching when we like, oh, where a lot of people entered Web3 is for this financial inclusion, and I think this is one of like an amazing use case of actually saying like now everybody can buy gold and like not just in the bank, the big blocks, but any
Yeah.
amount. Just you already mentioned Squid has been on Celo. Can you just quickly share when did you get on Celo? Why is Celo a great partner for Squid?
Yeah. Well,
I mean, Squid is a great partner for Celo.
hey, Dennis. Yeah, yeah. We launched on Celo maybe nearly 3 years ago, I think. So right at the start of Squid, we launched 3 years ago, and a few that was our birthday, 10 days ago, 31st of January. And Celo came right up at the launch, and we've served, I think, 200,000 users, and done like about 200 million in volume, maybe more actually by now. So a lot of volume transferred, and Celo's just been a great partner. I think we're similar culture and brand, which has helped the teams feel aligned. And Celo's mission of being mobile first and like real use case first, a lot of regenerative finance, like good for the earth. I guess it aligns with our values, so that's partly why we were drawn to it. But also, Mento has been a huge partner of Squid's, and they're chasing again this sort of inclusive finance idea of they do stable coins from say Euro, GBP, like African stable coins, Latin American stable coins, and you can do forex swapping between them on Celo, and we've always been excited by that, and Squid supported them through like all of their cross-chain needs. So yeah, I think that's it. And then obviously the MiniPay partnership has been huge. So I guess we'll talk about that later. But that's another
Yeah,
big part.
let's move right over. I mean, you have been building for MiniPay, and yeah, what like how did you notice MiniPay? What attracted you about it? How did you choose that you like we want to work with them?
Yeah, I mean, it started through Celo. So we built this relationship your team or with the Celo Foundation. I'm not sure which foundation it is, but when they told us the Opera browser was associated, or at least incubating, this huge mobile app, we were just like, we were so excited by it. It's a huge, real Web2 company building in crypto and building a good use case as well. So MiniPay comes at crypto from a very Web2 lens, use case first, rather than say like speculation, gambling first. And that's more aligned with what we're interested in. We think it's more long term. So we thought this was a huge opportunity, and invested a lot of time in building that relationship. Met the MiniPay team, and they're all super professional, really good at what they do, and have like really good sort of go-to-market experience. They've grown their wallet to more than 10 million users now, which barely anyone in crypto has been able to do. So really bullish on working with them, and as a like DeFi protocol focusing on just open, inclusive technology that allows you to buy tokens and take advantage of the things that blockchains bring. Working with a Web2 or at least professional team like MiniPay is just an amazing blessing. So they amplify what we're doing really well, and I think we complement each other. They benefit from our technology and our expertise. So it's been a good partnership so far. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that. Like the MiniPay team, shout out here. They are amazing too. Yay. What would you say, like, just if you consider integrating like your app into MiniPay, what steps are removed for you as a builder, and like for considering your user, focusing maybe on the user experience, which
From the developer point of view?
Developer point of view, your user point of view, kind of like,
Yeah, I'll do both.
why is it so simple if you're building a mini app? Which steps?
Yeah. Okay, yeah. I'll start with the developer. So MiniPay have the wallet part of the stack handled, and that's all taken care of for you, which is, in my opinion, it's one of the last frontiers of crypto's user experience issues and developer experience issues, is how do you handle the wallet layer? And so MiniPay have that covered, and we can just build the functionality of how do you buy gold, how do you get a price, how do you show the historical price of the transactions of buying gold and your performance. We can just focus on what we want to do, and then MiniPay sort of handles the rest. They also have really powerful technology around, like notifications, doing campaigns and this kind of stuff, which is really hard to do in DeFi. If you want to say, send out a notification that you can buy gold to all your users, it's not possible in DeFi because we don't have anyone's email address and we're not downloaded onto an app anywhere. Whereas MiniPay has all these users here, and you can let them know that this new feature is there. So the SDK was super easy to use, and it comes with a huge like go-to-market benefit, I think, for most people who are building with them. And then from the user's point of view, I think it's just their abstraction, the way that they simplify the user experience down, everything from the way it looking like a normal bank or a normal finance app, to the wording. We don't use words like add crypto, it's like add cash, like everything is phrased to just feel much more friendly and natural to normal people, which is something we really care about. Like, crypto can be so scary and intimidating for everyone, including like nerds like me. So making, down to the wording and the appearance, like everything being friendly, and the support team's amazing. I think that's why like MiniPay is like so powerful. Yeah.
Love that answer. Yeah. Amazing. Thank you so much. I think that's a great, that's our experience too. And I think that's what we see throughout all of the apps, that it's just great overall. The support, this distribution, marketing, and also just like the seamless user experience of the cash in, cash out. And like the thing that I always tell all of my builders is to like if before they even start building, to go into MiniPay and just check it out,
Yeah.
just for the terminology and the user experience. It's very unique. I think Web2 users can use it safely and not be overwhelmed or scared. So you brought it down to that. Um, what just very short, just like for other partners to understand, what was the timeline between you starting to talk to MiniPay and you launching your first app?
Yeah, I think the turnaround was probably about, I'm trying to remember. I actually remember the first call. And when was that? That was probably in September, I guess. And then we launched in November. So it's like 2.5 months maybe. And yeah, it was very, very easy. I think the reason for the extension, it didn't take us that long to build it necessarily. It was more, we had a conversation, what's worth building. They helped us with that, helped us sort of agree on the requirements of the product. And then, we design and build it. And then afterwards, we had the go-to-market strategy too, which again, we worked closely with the MiniPay team on. So from all those different pieces, that's actually a very, very short turnaround to release an entire product. So yeah, that was
That's
the time.
very impressive. Yeah,
Yeah,
2.5 hours. Not many apps can say that and then have that many success metrics to report on. Which leads us to my next questions. What are like highlights and numbers you would like to share regarding, I don't know, user numbers or something?
Yeah, we've had, actually, I've got the stats here. I pulled them out just before the call. We've had 164,000 gold purchases, unique users 70,000. So that's 70,000 people holding gold, investing in gold, and I think that's the main metrics. We have a Lunar New Year, Chinese New Year promotion though coming up, which we're expecting is going to drive those numbers up a lot.
That's amazing. That is already what can people look for? Like, first of all, download MiniPay if you haven't yet. Buy some gold and then get ready for the campaigns that are coming up, including Lunar New Year. But I've heard there's some more also in the horizon. So very exciting. And yeah, I think I think the last thing that I just remembered from what we talked about before, and what you mentioned also is just the regions that also people like MiniPay's distribution is a lot in like Africa, Asia, and LATAM. And I think not sure if you have a lot of insight into the distribution normally, like is going through Squid, but seeing these regions, so yeah, being part of buying gold, being involved in these financial markets, getting access is just I think what I also find so interesting, and that what you mentioned in our last conversation.
Yeah, it's so cool to see the regions. I pulled up the stats, and it's actually pretty varied. So like West Africa is top, then we've got Southeast Asia, and then we have some East Africa, South Africa, and then Latin America. So it's all the regions which you'd expect.
Amazing. Yeah, no, it's great, and I think we will see much more coming, and I can't wait to see the stats from in half a year or a year of like how that is going. Thank you so much, Vic, for joining today. This was amazing. I think helpful for any founders, great for any Web3 people who are interested in using something more simple and safe. What else is out there? And if you're planning to onboard somebody from Web2, I guess MiniPay is also the way to go. And or buy gold for less than 50 years, because I feel like if I go somewhere to a bank, I think 50 is the minimum. Also, you can not buy small, right?
Yeah, it's so silly. Why? There's no reason it can't be 10 cents. Yeah.
Or I just don't have to go to the bank and I buy.
Well, yeah, you stay at home. Yeah.
Not more. But yeah, I agree. I mean, they wouldn't give you like the drops.
Yeah, true. Yeah, we might need to maybe just a scratch off a ring or something. But
Yeah, no, thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for joining us. And yeah, looking forward to seeing the app grow, seeing the options and opportunities grow. And talk soon.
yeah,
Happy.
thanks so much, Lena. Thanks for having me. See
Bye
you.
bye. See you.